What's up, you guys? My name is Cassandra if you're new, and today I'm bringing you guys my May meal plan of everything listed out in front of me here. This is gonna be a video where you really don't have to see anything, so you can just prop me up somewhere and listen to me ramble on and give you guys all the meals that we're gonna be eating through the month of May. Like always, I'll leave my meal plan playlist linked down below if you want more meal ideas. That will be there for you, but let's hop in. The first thing we're doing is Alfredo because last month I bought like 3 or 4 things of heavy whipping cream and we only went through one of them, so we're gonna do that this month. We're also gonna do Swedish meatballs because that's another recipe that uses up some of that heavy cream when I make the gravy for it, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna do baked tacos, but we're gonna do this twice because May has 31 days in it. It can be kind of hard to come up with 31 meals to do that aren't repetitive. So I decided to we're just gonna do baked tacos twice. The month is long enough where we can do baked tacos like the first week and the last week of the month, and it's not gonna feel like we just ate it. Plus, that's a meal that everybody really likes, so I don't think anyone will complain eating that meal 2 times. I'm also gonna make like a mock loaded potato griller from Taco Bell. I just take nacho cheese and put that in with probably about a pound of hamburger and probably about a pound of hash browns, or you can even use just like fresh potatoes. I'll take that mixture, roll it into a burrito, and then kind of sear it, the burrito on both sides up on the stove, and everybody loves that meal. It's so simple and so good, and then we dip that in sour cream. Also gonna do spaghetti pie just because it's a meal we haven't done in, I don't know, a couple weeks, a month or so. So we're gonna do spaghetti pie. I'm also gonna do stuffed shells. It's basically like a lasagna, but I make them in jumbo shells. That meal is a little bit more labor intensive. It takes just a little bit more time than usual, but that meal is so good, and it's getting to the point where I need to double that recipe if we want leftovers because everybody likes it so much. We're also gonna do orange chicken because I have everything I need for that minus the chicken. So with chicken prices being the way they are and the bird flu and everything happening, I might scratch some of these chicken meals, but I'll put them on here, and if I need to rework my meal plan later, I will. But it's on here, so we're gonna hope for the best. And then the 8th is Mother's Day. I don't know what we're doing for Mother's Day yet as of this point. I'm filming this on the 2nd, so we better get it together here pretty quick. But we're gonna do something, I don't know what it is, whether we eat out, order in. We will probably order in because eating out on Mother's Day is just terrible. If nothing else, I did get these brat patties. They're not on my meal plan, but I got 2 packages of brat patties from Walmart. I haven't put my order in yet, so I don't know if I'm actually gonna get them or not. You know how that goes with grocery pickups. But I have it in my cart right now, and if nothing else, I'll probably just have my husband cook those on the grill. It's one of my favorite meals, especially heading into the summertime. So I'll probably do that. I'll pick up like a pre-made pasta salad so I don't have to worry about it. My husband can make some of those brat patties because they're so good. We are gonna do burgers and hot dogs. I checked the weather. We live in Wisconsin, so May, typically, just like a rule of thumb, the first really nice weekend for us is typically Memorial Day. That's kind of when after that point the weather stays nice. It's really nice weather. That is typically when like the rain kind of stops, that cold spring weather stops. So up until that point, it's the roll of the dice. You can get literally like 32 degrees and freezing rain, or you can have days where it's like 65 degrees, but you have wind that is probably like 40 miles an hour, so it still feels like it's 40 degrees. So grilling is really hit or miss is basically what I'm saying, but I put burgers and hot dogs on the meal plan, so on those nicer days, we can grill, and if not, we can always just cook them up on the stove and it'll be fine. I put chicken quesadillas on the meal plan because last month I went into Walmart and got 2 of the rotisserie chickens, and I stripped the chicken off of those. So I'll just pull out some of that chicken that's already shredded, already cooked, and I can throw those in the quesadillas, and we'll do those for dinner one night. I'm gonna do gravy pork chops. Basically, I take like a can of cream of mushroom soup, a splash of milk, and then a packet of like Lipton onion soup mix. Whisk that all together. I'll pour that mixture, like that gravy, on top of pork chops. I bake it in the oven until the pork chops are done. And then we eat that over mashed potatoes, and it's so good. It's like such an easy, simple meal. I guess you could call it a sheet pan dinner if you really wanted to. Pair that with bread, corn, green beans, like whatever your favorite vegetable is, and it's so good. It does not disappoint. My family really likes that meal. We always do homemade pizzas at least once a month, so that's on the meal plan. We're gonna do kebabs. This might also be a meal that like I throw in for Mother's Day and we eat it twice. It's good with chicken or tips, like some sort of steak, which I might pick up a package of steak. Like I said, a lot of this depends on if I can find chicken or not. But I like to make my kebabs with mushrooms, onions, and peppers. Grill those with like some teriyaki sauce or like some teriyaki marinade. I did put a soup on the meal plan just because, like I said, with the weather, on one of those cold days, we will do a cheese tortellini soup. We haven't had it in months. And this is honestly the last month where I'm going to be making a batch of soup until probably like September or October. So just one last time, one last soup to kind of like kiss off soup season, and then we'll revisit it in a couple of months. I want to do barbecue chicken and twice bakes. I got 2 bags of chicken quarters last month and put a chicken quarter on the grill, or a couple chicken quarters on the grill. Make that with some leftover mashed potatoes, probably from the pork gravy meal that we're gonna do. My husband makes the best twice bakes. They're so good. So I want him to make twice bakes with that meal. We are gonna do hot ham and cheeses and probably some sort of like tomato soup just from a can, because Aldi has this really good tomato and basil soup. It's one of my favorite soups. And we're gonna do that with the hot ham and cheeses. My kids actually prefer to dunk their hot ham and cheeses in pizza sauce or like marinara sauce, so I'll have that available for them. Probably make some french fries or do chips on the side or something, but we are gonna do that. I do have a lot of easy meals on here this month because my husband just finished finals week last month, and I struggled so hard when he was doing finals because on top of like working and then finals, my husband was clocking almost 100 hours a week, which is just a lot. My youngest child was super sick with a viral infection, and then of course because he was sick, I got sick. It just like made its way through the house, and it was struggle bus. I like was barely keeping my head above water. So this month I decided, when my husband finishes his finals for his next class, which is this month, kind of confusing, I know, I'm so sorry, but I want to be prepared for that week to have just super easy go-to meals. I still do have 2 or 3 freezer meals in my freezer, but I just want to be prepared. Okay, so I figured I would pick up some of those chicken Parmesan strips from Aldi. Those are by far my favorite chicken item that Aldi sells. They're so good. So I figured I would pick up a bag or 2 of those. We're gonna do a chicken and broccoli bake. I did that last month. Everybody really liked it and they asked if we could do it again, so we're going to do that. We're gonna do sloppy joes. That's another super easy meal that if I need to pull out, I 100% can, or my husband could even make it for me if like I'm busy, I have things going on this month. So it's kind of like a balancing act between my husband being super busy and me being super busy, and we're just trying to like help each other while still trying to get our own things done. After this month, things will calm down a lot. My husband will be done with school for a couple of months, so we're just basically trying to like cross the finish line of a really busy season. We're also gonna do meatball subs. I had this on my meal plan last month, and then when I was grocery shopping, I forgot sub rolls and I forgot meatballs, so I opted to just scratch that meal. And we're gonna try again this airtight casserole. That is one of the freezer meals I still have in my freezer, so I put that on the meal plan. And one time this month when I really need it, I'm gonna pull it out and be happy that it's there. We're gonna do grilled pizza burgers. We've done these the last 2 months and everybody, even my kids, have really enjoyed them, so we're gonna do that. I do make my meatballs from scratch when we do spaghetti and meatballs, so we're gonna do that as well. Meatloaf is the other meal that I have chilling in my freezer right now. They've been in there since February, so at this point, I don't really like to keep my freezer meals in the freezer much longer than a couple of months, like 4 months, and we're at that timeline, so I just want to get that out of the freezer. That'll be another meal that maybe we could eat with twice bakes or mashed potatoes. We're gonna do KFC bowls. I stole this meal from Katie. I'm mentioning her a lot in this video, but I will link her channel down below if you want to check her stuff out. She basically just does grocery hauls, and she grocery shops weekly, so a little bit different than what I do monthly, but something to check out. But she does KFC bowls when she's super busy. Her husband is a firefighter, so when he's gone on long shifts or like long training cycles, she like whips out these easy meals too. So I stole that one from her, and it's one that I've kept around because it's so good. And it's one of those meals when I put it in front of my kids, they don't argue with me to eat it, they just eat it. And that's always really nice mentally when your husband's gone, where it's like, eat this. We're gonna do salmon fillets. I figured this month I'll just get a fillet of salmon. I haven't done that from Aldi in the last couple of months. And it's just to switch up the proteins, especially with chicken being really scarce. We do have some ground beef in our freezer. We bought 100 pounds of ground beef and half of a pig last year. We're kind of getting to the end of that meat, but it's in the freezer, so we do have that variety in there. But the other thing we really need is fish, so if we're gonna be cutting back on chicken, I want to pick up on fish. That way we're not just like plowing through the rest of the ground beef that we have. We're gonna do chicken tenders and french fries, and that's a meal you probably never would have thought you would have heard from me, especially on this whole like self-sufficient journey and trying to make everything in-house. But like I said, we are just in a season right now where we really need simplicity, and that could easily be a dad dinner where dad just dumps the bags out on the sheet pan and puts them in the oven or pops them in the air fryer. And we're gonna do a leftovers night because I guarantee you, especially on some of these grilled items, we will 100% have leftovers. I always put a leftovers meal in because I want to make sure that we're actually taking time to eat whatever leftovers we have left in the fridge and we're not wasting. And the last one is Memorial Day. So we do live in Wisconsin, but my husband's family is actually originally from Upper Michigan. Every Memorial Day we head up to Upper Michigan and hang out at grandma's house for the day. We grill, we barbecue, everyone hangs out in the yard. It's just one of those things that happens every single year. So we're gonna be gone basically for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We're gonna be in the car for breakfast most likely. We're gonna eat lunch and probably an early dinner up at grandma's house, and then we're gonna head back down. So I don't know exactly what I'm doing for that Memorial Day. I will be bringing some sort of dish to pass, but we always do it potluck style. My in-laws usually handle the main grilling items, and then I'll bring up a couple sides. All my brother and sister-in-laws will bring up some sides, so I'll probably bring you guys along with me and do like a cook with me or something when it comes to what I'm gonna bring up there for Memorial Day for my dishes to pass. So maybe I'll do a video on that, just like easy summer barbecue side items or something. But just like that, that is all 31 meals that we're gonna be eating through the month of May for my family of 5. Thank you guys so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to hang out with me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day.